Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. This is Dave Sharp, and once again this morning we have a fantastic guest, returning guest, and somebody who's had some amazing success. Excited for those of you who don't know Bob to meet him this morning. With that being said, please help me welcome to the show Bob Hosek. How's it going, brother?
It's going good. Thanks for having me back. It's great to be here, Dave.
Hey, man. So you're calling in from Quebec, is that correct?
Yeah, Montreal, Quebec in Canada.
Okay, fantastic. And this is your, second time here on the show, right?
Yeah, second time, exactly, yes.
Okay. You remember how long ago that was?
Oh, God, that must have been, I would say probably 9 months ago, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe a little longer.
Okay. All right. Well, tell those who don't know your story, how you got started. We've headlined
Sure.
this episode. We've headlined it after 30 years in business. Bob's now gone 100% online. So there is a happy ending to this story. So tell us in a nutshell where it started, how you found us, and then what's happened since you got started.
Absolutely. Okay. So as you mentioned, I've been in business for many, many years. Because of where I live, I got to say the pandemic was almost a blessing for me because the government here forced us to shut down our company. We didn't know for how long because it was considered a non-essential business. So basically, I switched gears and I said, well, I need to find something else to do, another way to make money, something that can't really be affected by all weird stuff like this. So it was almost like by accident, I stumbled onto affiliate marketing because I wasn't looking for specific something. I had tried other things online, things where I didn't make money. I actually lost money. I came across, the offer stack, the page where your video is. And I'll tell you one thing that got me kind of curious and interested is in that video, I noticed there was somebody from Shark Tank.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, and when I saw that, the first thing snapped because I know those guys don't fool around. I said, if this guy is even remotely involved in this, it's got to be something good. So that led me down to just, I started with the course. Sounded very interesting. I figured $7. Who can, invest $7, take the course, learn how to do this.
Right.
And that was kind of the beginning of the journey. And from there, I just kind of started. I took what I learned, I applied it. I became an affiliate for Legendary. I purchased one of the blueprints, which I think is key. Obviously, if you want to scale quick and build fast, I think that must have saved me 6 to 8 months just in terms of building the business, because everything that I learned from that blueprint, I just plugged it into the business that I had already set up, and it just started to go. So the first time we met, it was kind of the beginning of the journey, and I was just starting to see a little bit of success, a little bit of the, the money, what you can make. But from there to now, it's just been a fantastic run. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's literally something you could do, replace your daytime job within a year if you take it seriously. And it's nowhere near an 8-hour-a-day job. You can do this a couple of hours a day as long as you're consistent. And for me, I think that's the key. I do this 7 days a week. I even find time on a Saturday and a Sunday to put some time into the business.
Yeah. Well, I think that if we actually, all of us sat down, those who are doing affiliate marketing and who are doing what so many of us are doing here, what we're teaching here, you could actually, if you were totally focused, do this in 30 to 60 minutes a day. Totally focused. Now, when I say totally focused, that's key, because that means that's not including getting on and scrolling social media and doing research and development and getting lost down rabbit holes. I'm talking about super focused, treating your business like a business, not like a hobby.
Yeah.
And we all have to, we all have better days than others with that, right? Where we're less distracted. Yeah. But I think the key part is that you went from a business that was brick and mortar, so you have experience with what it's like to go in, right, to be there every day, to have to leave home, to drive
50-60 hours a week,
50-60 minimum. I guarantee you 50-60 hours a week was the minimum.
Okay. Yeah. When things are going well.
When things are going well. Yeah, right, exactly. So now transitioning, gift, curse, right? Blessing in disguise. Not everybody had that blessing, but you did, because you happen to just be open. Instead of going on social media and complaining about the government, you said, hey, look, let me try to make let me try to make wine out of water here and try
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
figure out what I can do. And here you are, man. I mean, what they say, you can't teach old dogs new tricks. And I know you're young at heart, but you're not a spring chicken, for
No,
God's
I'm
sake.
not. I'm 60 years old, so I'm not a spring chicken, and it's absolutely true. But the thing is, I want to just on the point that you said about the focusing 30 to 60 minutes a day. I think that, like you said, the actual work that you put into a business like this, I think with 60 minutes a day, you can do it. When I'm talking about actual work, I'm talking about, posting the videos, following up on emails, checking, following up on DMs, replying to comments, maybe doing one or two YouTube videos a month and putting them on your YouTube channel. But a true entrepreneur, as you know, Dave, like, we can never turn it off, right? Even when we're not working, the brain's always working, like you said. So even though it's actual an hour, hour and a half max a day of doing the work, but you're always thinking about the business. You're always looking for ideas, catching ideas here, catching ideas there. So when you're a real entrepreneur, you never really turn it off, but the actual work is not 8 hours a day. It's really, like you said, about an hour, hour and a half a day. You can do this very, very easily. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. There's some people who disagree in the comments. That's okay, right? If you think no way you can do this, that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do, right? That's the beautiful thing. If you
For
want to
sure.
put in 8 hours to this every day, you can. And I've been in this industry doing this for 10 years, and the most successful people that I know are not grinding every day. They're not grinding away, having endless conversations in the DMs. They're attracting people rather than trying to sell people all the time. And, I know that for a lot of us, that's hard to imagine, because we sometimes feel like we need to push, we need to sell, we need to grind. And when you go from the one-on-one kind of grind to when you begin building, when you begin doing one-to-many, right, which one-to-many means that I'm speaking to many people, I'm able to influence many people, without having individual conversations with them. That's when I take my actual content up to the next level. That's when my content gets more interesting. We just had, for example, a couple of people who are going just totally viral right now and you may have experienced this too, Bob, but totally viral right now on TikTok. And they're driving more sales right now as affiliates for us than anyone who is grinding 8 hours a day. As a matter of fact, they're now, and I'm talking about those of you who are, grinding in the DMs all day long.
Yeah.
They're sure that is a piece of this, but when you begin to get better at creating content, when you begin to get better at knowing what your message is and who your target customer is and how do you create content that just meshes with them, goes viral, you're able to move people in ways that traditional selling strategies just aren't able to do. And you happen to come in right now where TikTok is hot and all these things where a lot of teenagers and a lot of young people are hanging out. What's that been like for you to transition into this internet space and be doing something that was traditionally, right, and typically only for the younger generation?
Well, okay, I'm going to just on a couple of notes there. The first thing you said about, grinding in the DM one-on-one. Working one-on-one may be more efficient in terms of getting that one person. But I think affiliate marketing is a numbers game. It's a mass game. You're not going to make a lot of money working with one person at a time. What you want to do is get something out there that hits a lot of people at the same time. It's almost like you're fishing with a net and you're trying to get as much traffic, as much people, as big an audience as you can get out there to get through the system. So I kind of agree with that. I think that it's better to put something out there that can hit a lot of people, and not, because you'll burn out fast if you try to start, one by one trying to convince people to do this. It gets very tiring. So the mass way is the way to go. Now, in terms of how does it feel for me to go on TikTok, I'll be honest. I got a lot of, hey, Pops, how's it going? Because I am a little bit of the older generation, right? But, when I look at my analytics, people were saying that you're going to only track people like yourself. And I found I go into my analytics on TikTok, and I'm, regardless of my age, what I do, maybe it's the videos I put out there, but I'm kind of right in that sweet spot. I got, the 20 to 40-year-olds that are pretty much my biggest audience. And I had no time, no problem with it at all. I mean, I enjoyed it in the beginning. It was hard, obviously. Being a person that's never been on camera, never really talked to people, never showed my face. I didn't like it. I was embarrassed, and I was scared as heck to do it when I started. But, I said, listen, I'm a businessman. I got to do something. I got to take that first step. No one's going to do it for me. No one's going to go out there and make the money for me. No one is going to set up the business for me. I can learn how to do it, but I got to take what I learned and do it. And I just, I took that step, and now I enjoy it. I actually look forward to doing the videos because it's almost like a thrill. It's like, throw this one out. Let's see what it does. I didn't do so well. Try another one. Let's see what that does. And you just keep doing that, and you experiment, and you start understanding what works, what doesn't work. And yeah, I had a couple of videos go viral. I mean, some went to over 4 million, over 3 million views. So, it's just keep going. It's persistence and consistency. Just don't give up. Just keep going, keep going. If one doesn't do well, forget about it. Leave it there. Do another one and do another one. Eventually, they'll start hitting, and your business will start rolling. It's like a wheel. The more you keep rolling it, it just keeps going and going. And I think that's been my secret, is I just never give up, period.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting to see the I guess the patterns, between people, no matter how old they are, no matter where they are in the world, those principles of work ethic and trying until it works and not giving up, and, just perfecting your craft. I know so many people who just know it all. They've been in this industry for a couple of months or maybe 1 year, and they got all the answers. They know it all. You're somebody who has enough experience, and I had to pick up on this as I got more successful. The more successful that I was, the more that I knew, the more that I realized I had to learn, and I really had to humble myself. How has that played out in your business?
You know what? I'll be honest, switching gears like I had to do was actually refreshing, because I've been doing the same thing for almost 30 years. Coming into something like this, it almost like reignites your energy. It kind of wants, you want to, like, it's a new challenge, and I like challenges. I think challenges are always good. And on what you said about learning, I still learn today. And I love learning from real people that have really been doing this. Like, I look at like the Brian Brewers and, the people like that they know what they're doing. If I'm stuck, I go look at what they do. I learn from them. I take content from them. But I love it. It's a challenge. Every day it's another thing. And it's just, for me, it's just made me almost like I got a new ticket to life, something else to do, something fun, good, and it works, and it's exciting. And it's just great to get up every day and just get back into it, because it's really, I'm very grateful that I did find this path. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's, I can relate to that, reigniting the passion when you're doing something new. And I think it's fairly, interesting, because you're up in Canada and some of the restrictions have been like crazy, man. I mean, you said that you had your freaking business shut down because you weren't considered essential.
Yeah.
Like, how there's so many people right now who, and this is always happening, who feel beat down and who feel not on top of the world, but like the world's on top of them. How did you pick yourself back up after that happened?
I think this, for me, Dave, the thing has been that, being in business for so long, I think anybody who's been in business knows every business has its struggles. Every business has its good times and its bad times. So I have learned I've learned, like, from being kicked down to get up and go again. Again, kick down, get up and go again. Kick down, get up and go again. And to me, this was just another kick down. It was a hard one. Yeah, absolutely. But I said, hey, man, I'm still young, even though I'm 60. To me, I'm still young. I still got time. I can still go. And, you have to kind of stop thinking about the negative. Stop thinking about, oh, vase me, a poor me. It's always me. It's always me. No, there's a lot of people in the world that are always going to have it worse than you. That's the way I always look at it. And I just said, you know what? So this I can't do anymore. I'm going to find something else. And if you have that attitude of just, you can do it. Just go out there and stop thinking of the negative stuff. Just think about, I can do this. I can learn new skills. I can apply new skills. I can do something different. And you know what? I think I've proved that to a lot of people. When I started, a lot of my friends, family, also, what are you doing? You're going to waste your time. And I'll be honest, it took me 5 weeks to get my first commission. And
Yeah.
people after 3 weeks were saying, look, 3 weeks, you've made no money. You're wasting your time. Bob, what are you doing? But I'm stubborn. I said, no, this works. I see people making money with this. I'm doing what they're doing. It's going to happen. And
Yeah.
so I just keep pushing and pushing. And I've been like that my whole life. And I think that's the mentality. You have to have the mentality that, you think all these people that are great, they were great automatically. They failed 10,000 times before they finally made it. And that's just the way it is in life. You have to realize you're always going to fail more than you're going to do well. But eventually you will do well if you never give up. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Well, how I got to know, I mean, have you shared some of your numbers with family? I mean, do they know what you've been able to do and produce?
You know what? My wife absolutely knows, obviously.
Okay.
My kids know. The rest of my family, I've
Well, who are the ones who were like, "Hey, 3 weeks, no money"? Was that wife, kids?
absolutely.
Okay, so how has that what is that like now? Like,
Honest, David, it's still, honest to God, for them, it's still shock and disbelief. Every time I show them the bank account and the deposits are coming, they're like, I don't believe it. I don't know how you're doing this. I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't understand. But they just tell me, just keep going. Just dad, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. So it went from nothing to like, I don't believe this. This is unbelievable. And I feel the same way sometimes. I look at it, I go, I can't believe what I'm doing is making this. But hey, it
yeah.
works. It works.
I mean, I just without getting into like exact numbers, I just want to tell everybody who's listening, Bob's made some serious dough, man. Like you've made some serious dough. You're 10 about 10 G's away from a big milestone as an affiliate with us, which is platinum.
Yeah.
And then you've got other income streams. You've got
Yeah.
software. You've got other
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
things that
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is which is awesome, man. I
I
mean,
mean,
and how long have you been actively doing this?
I took the challenge last year in July, and I would say probably I started probably in September when I really started getting into it as an affiliate. So we're looking at 13 months now.
Okay. Okay. So
So
six figures your first year.
easily, yeah,
Yeah.
with all the products that I'm promoting, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Nice.
Which is
Nice.
unheard of in any business. Sorry, but when I started my business, it took me 5 years to start making a profit. When I first started 30 years ago.
People don't understand that, Bob.
No,
People don't
no,
understand like
no,
brick and mortar business and
no.
restaurants and paying for equipment and the fact that usually you may take home a paycheck, but you're taking it out of your future pay, right? You're
Actually, getting on that, when I first started, it probably cost about 50,000 just to get up and running. When you talk about what you got to put aside for rent, you got to buy furniture, computer system, phone system, all that stuff. And the first 18 months, I didn't even take a salary. There was no money to take a salary. That's the reality of starting a business. People don't understand. People think, oh, affiliate marketing, I got to invest $2,000, $3,000. That's peanuts. That's peanuts.
right.
You want to start a real business, you're
Right.
looking at $50,000, $60,000. And like I said, most of the time, first 3 to 5 years, you won't even make a profit. You're just
Yeah.
struggling to stay alive. And people don't get that. And
Yeah.
when you think you can invest a couple of $1,000s into knowledge and learn the skills and apply them, and you could literally quit your job in 12 to 18 months if you do it properly. It's mindset. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Well, I want to give a quick disclaimer because I want to make sure that everybody knows that Bob's results are not typical. And the average person who starts any business online, buys any how-to course or anything, usually gets no results at all, period. Now, my personal opinion is that I tend to believe that that's because people don't do anything, similar to gym memberships and so on. But those who do, those who stay humble, those who learn, those who put what they learn into action, I tend to believe, of course, most or there's a lot of people out there who would be pessimistic, who would disagree, but I tend to believe that the sky is kind of the limit. And that's why I love entrepreneurship, is because there's so much upside and there's so much possibility. And, the idea, I think, once you get a taste of this, and you had a taste of entrepreneurship long before because you were in business for 30 years. But those of you who are new, who have had a job for the past 30 years, who have never experienced the freedom of being your own boss and kind of making your own hours and working from where you want or your home and calling the shots and having the last say, it really is, it can be scary at first because it's like, oh shit, I'm the one who is responsible. But freedom comes with a little bit of fear. Freedom comes with a little bit of responsibility. Freedom comes, right? The freedom is balanced by other things, right?
Sure.
So, once you get a taste of this, it's hard to go back, and that's why I get excited for new entrepreneurs.
It's, you know what, it's not hard. It's almost impossible to go back, because once you get used to working when you want to work, your schedule, important things come up, you have time for it. You can easily attend. You have time for family. I have my in-laws are elders. They're in a senior residence. My wife and I, we go visit them every second day because we have the time to do that now. Before, I didn't have the time for anything. But getting back to what you mentioned about, most people will not be successful, and I agree 100%. When I look at myself, like I said, it took me 5 weeks before I saw my very first commission. I guarantee you most people won't last 3 weeks. And I worked 7 days a week. I put time in 7 days a week for 5 weeks straight, and my first commission was $2.80. A lot of people are going to look at that and say, boom, right there, shut it down. I'm never doing this. It's not working, because they don't give it the time. You got to give it time. Business doesn't start. You don't start a business today and make $1,000 tomorrow. It doesn't happen. It's got to build, and you got to give it time to grow and be consistent, be persistent, never give up. Just keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and the success will come. And about, if you can invest into a system and learn the skills that you actually see other people are doing exactly the same thing and they're making money and you're not, the only reason is because you know the stuff, but you're not doing the stuff. And that's the bottom line. The people that make money are the people that work the system, use what they learned. The people that don't are the ones, like you said yourself, they're going to complain, they're going to be negative, but they're not going to put in the time. And it's bottom line, that's what it is. If you don't, it's work. It's work. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to make the money. You're not just going to learn something and think money's going to appear in front of you. You got to put in the effort. And that's the bottom line. I think that's the problem with most people. They don't realize that, yes, it's, a couple of hours a day, but you got to put that couple of hours a day in, and you got to work it. And most people don't do it. And that's why they don't succeed. They don't give it the time, and they don't give it the effort, I think. And that's really the problem.
Well, coming from somebody who's seen a lot of things over many decades before, being in business for 30 years, before cell phones, before social media,
yeah.
Do you think the attention span and the quickness to quit is faster than it once was?
I think so. I think the problem is the distractions are there, and also social media, as good as it can be, it can also be negative, because you can get good vibes from social media and use it in sense for your business to make money. But you also have the haters, right? The naysayers, the people are going to be out there all the time telling you, what are you doing? This is useless. Doesn't work. I've tried there, been there, done it. Doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. And if you can't put that negative away or push it away, listen, negative is always more powerful than positive somehow in people's lives. Bad things affect you more than good things. And bad news, bad vibes kind of hits you harder than good ones. So you got to kind of learn to push that aside and just, look at the people who are doing it. Look at the people that are successful and model them. Don't look at the people that have, all they do is talk negative about everything that's going on around them, because if they're negative in business, chances are everything else in their life is negative as well, because that's just their
Right.
mindset, you know?
Yeah, it's not like they're just finding you and they've been positive all day and encouraging to other people, and now all of a sudden they're being hateful or negative to you. That they're projecting their own hurt onto you, and unfortunately, it can be sort of, I guess, it can be heavy. It can be a bit overwhelming at first when you begin to put yourself out there and create some content, and you are getting kind of so much of people's, I guess, shit. Right? They're projecting their negativity onto you. How do you deal with that? I mean, you've mentioned a couple of things, but what would you say to people who have not developed yet that thick skin that you need to be in business? How did you develop that? I mean, what tips would you give to somebody who's new to try to thicken up that skin a little bit and not take things so personally?
What advice would I give to people? I would, you know what? The first thing I always tell people is this: listen, you're always going to have negative people. You're always going to have people telling you that it won't work, it can't work. And what you got to do is just focus, like switch your focus towards people that are actually doing it, are having success. Look at what they're doing, model what they do, and don't pay any attention to the haters. I know it's a hard thing to do. Maybe it was easier for me because I've had so much of it in my life. Because when you're in
Yeah.
business, you've always got negativity coming at you. You always got a
Well, when
problem,
you're dealing with customer support and a customer's not happy, and that tends to
and
be the
and
highlight of the day, it's like,
and,
how am I putting out fires,
and
right?
between you and me, Dave, customers can be sometimes the biggest downers, right? I mean, I've dealt with
Sure.
clients all my life, and it's, but the thing is, I've learned that you're always putting out fires. That's just what it is, and if you could just like I always tell people, like a lot of people always tell me, listen, I don't know, I'm negative, I'm afraid, the people are telling me it's not going to work, and I say, why do you let other people dictate what you should do with your life? Especially in a case like this, you want to take a chance to learn affiliate marketing. You're talking about investing $7 at first, right? Just to dip your toe into the water, to understand what it is. What have you got to lose? I mean, that's the Starbucks coffee right there. Go out, take the challenge, and then I always take it a little bit further. If there are people that are signing up through me, I even tell them, listen, I'll even help you if I can. If you have questions, I'm always available there to answer questions, help you out. I have a YouTube channel where I've put a ton of videos out there that kind of explain a bit how affiliate marketing works, how I do it, answer some of the questions. But the best thing that I can tell people is just try the best you can to ignore the negativity, because it's not going to help you in any way in life, no matter what you're doing. Try to look for positive people, follow positive people, listen to positive people, because they're positive, because they're making a difference in their life. They're making it happen. And if you can model what they're doing and do it the way they do it, you should have no problem making it happen for yourself as well. But if you're constantly listening to the negative people, you're just going to become one of them.
Great advice. So, a lot of folks come online, start an online business, and think, and in particular in our community, think, well, it's all about the mechanics. I gotta master the sales funnels. I gotta master all the tools and the software first before I can get started and really start being successful. I don't think that that's not important. I also am wondering what your take is when you got started, and even to this day. Have you focused more on the tech side of things, or have you focused more on the people and the message and the producing content side of things? Tell us how you've balanced those two pieces.
Okay, I'm not a techie guy at all. Being old school, my business was never anything online, so tech was not my thing. So I got a funnel. It's the same funnel I've been using since day one. I haven't changed anything. I don't even go in there and play with it because I'm afraid I'll switch something off and it won't work anymore. So I'm just glad it works. And my autoresponder, it's the same emails. I just, you know what I mean? I just change the dates on them or whatever. And I don't touch that stuff because I keep thinking I might, like I said, flick a switch and all of a sudden the system will. My big thing is content. It's content and communication with the people. I think the best way to do any kind of business, it's not showing off your tech skills and you're flashy this and flashy that. It's communication, content, giving people what they want, being true, being transparent. That's really important. Don't try to make it look like you're somebody you're not, or you're doing something that you're not doing. Be truthful. I mean, people ask me, hey, Bob, how much did it cost you to get started? I tell them what I spent. How much did you make? I tell them what I made. How long did it take you to make commission? I tell them, hey, it took me 5 weeks before I made $2.80. I'm not afraid. If that turns somebody off, let them turn it off. But I said, but from that day on, I've barely had a day where I haven't made commissions. That's another thing I tell them, you see. So I think content is the most important thing, and giving people what they need to help them get through the problem they have. So that's where I focus 90% of my energy into that. You know, I'm always looking for ideas. I see something that I think is a good idea that'll spark interest. I'll mark it down. I'll make a video, and I'll implement that idea into the video, and I'll post it out there. And another little thing that I've learned, because I had, everybody says use TikTok. TikTok is a great platform for sure. But they also did ban my account. I had 175,000 followers, and they just completely banned it permanently. So I learned, and it's another little tip I tell everybody: if you're going to get into any kind of marketing like this and using social media, make sure you have 3, 4, 5 different platforms, and just keep those going, because sooner or later one's going to get shut down, but you'll have the other backups to keep you going, and that's really important too.
I'm just sitting here listening to you talking, man, and I got several family members in their 60s. You say you're 60. My dad's a little bit older than you. Um, I just find it just so fascinating. Here you went a year ago. You'd never really even been on social media. None of your business was ever on social media. And here you are giving tips to our community, which is a marketing community, about how to diversify your traffic sources and how to, content. I mean, are you ever just listen to yourself talking and just go, what, how the hell did I get, like, this is just unbelievable.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Every time I see one of those big commissions come through, I still look at it and I shake my head. I go, I can't believe this is happening. Especially like what I'm doing is so different from what I was used to doing. My business was old school. It was face to face, on the phone, meeting people, showing them samples, the handshake, the contract. And here you don't even sell anybody. You don't even talk to the clients. You just basically promote someone else's business. And then you send people there and they take over. They do all that work for you. All the work I used to be doing is being done for me. And all I do is send people there and say, take a look what they got. They have good products. They can help you out. So yeah, it is kind of still a little bit of a dream. I'll be honest. Like I still wake up sometimes and I just go like, I still can't believe this is working, but it's working. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and just keep doing what I'm doing, because it's a lot of fun. At first it was scary, but now it's just a lot of fun.
Well, you are an absolute wealth of wisdom and experience. And here's my final question for you this morning: is what would you say to people out there who are in their 50s, 60s, maybe even their 70s, and they think, hey, the young folks are taking over. There's I not out there in the corporate world and out there, and we all know what else is going on out there, and this internet stuff is over my head, and they're just feeling bogged down and they're feeling hopeless. What would you say specifically to that age demographic, those folks who we have so many of them in this community, who are looking to start over, who want to to have something to usher them in to those years that really we all deserve to enjoy the most, right? But maybe
Yeah.
they don't have enough saved, or maybe they don't have the security that they want, or maybe they don't want to fully stop working, but they just are so unsure if they can do it.
Uh, Colonel Sanders. There's a guy who became famous and wealthy in his 80s. I always say to people, you know what? It's never too late to start. You got one life to live. Whether you're 40, 50, or 60, you want to switch it up, make a change. You want to try something different. There's skills out there you can learn. They're not that complicated. It's not that difficult. It's just a matter of sometimes you got to come a little bit out of your comfort zone. But even though you're uncomfortable, if you've done it a little bit, you become comfortable doing it. When I first started doing affiliate marketing, going on camera stuff, it was like, whoa, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. But if you can get the mindset of like, listen, it's my life. I want to try this. I want to push. I want to make something good for myself. Um, just ignore that uncomfortableness for a little time. it'll go away. I promise you. If you just ignore it and just do the thing that you got to do, you will eventually become comfortable and it'll become like second nature to you. So what I would tell these people is just like there's no reason to be afraid. It's not like you're signing your life away. You're not investing $100,000 and taking a chance on something. You can invest a little bit of money, learn some skills, go out there, take what you've learned, process it. The great thing about affiliate marketing community is there's so many people that are willing to help you. That's another thing I found that I've never seen in any other business. Most other businesses, people are trying to cut you down and take the business away from you. Here, every time I had a problem, I can turn to, I won't name the people, but there's so many people out there that I went to and asked, and they were so willing and helpful, and like they practically give you the answers on a plate. And that's the thing that I've started to do now too. I've started to like, I'll do lives on TikTok, and it's basically just Q&A affiliate marketing. If anybody has any questions, pop on. I try to answer them and help you out, because I believe that if you can help people, it comes back to you. And that's what I would tell people starting out today. Listen, something like this, there's a great community. They're willing to help. They're willing to, show you how to do it, guide you along. You just need to take that first step and just say, listen, I believe in myself. I can do it. And hey, I'm 60 years old. I can do it. I think anybody can do this, because I am not a tech person. And I think a lot of people are afraid of the technical part of it. And it isn't that complicated. It's once you've got it set up, you really don't have to go back to it anymore. The rest of it is just, content, do your thing, promote, and let the business run.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I think you've got a few new fans, new followers, new people that are just even me. I'm a fan of yours, Bob. I like that the longer I'm in this game, the more I like to look at people who are younger than me, older than me, and just say, what can I learn from them? That's one of the reasons why I love doing this show, is because I get to talk to people every single day. It reignites my fire. It keeps me excited. It gives me different perspectives. It makes me feel connected to the community. And I get to hear these incredible stories, man. So thank
Yeah.
you for doing what you do, and seeing our vision here, and then running and creating your own vision, man.
Yeah. Well, Dave, thanks for having me on. And I got to say, thanks for putting this program together, because it really, for me, was, like I said, I've tried other things, never made money online. This thing, it just kind of like clicked. I took the system, I worked it, I still work it. I do the same thing I'm doing today as I did 10 months ago. And if you just keep grinding that wheel, it just works. And it's a fantastic thing. And I'm grateful to you guys for putting this together.
Well, you're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. It's our pleasure. And please come back for a round 3. Okay. In the near
Sure.
future, I'm sure you'll have
Once I get my ring.
Yeah, you'll have broken some more milestones and some more barriers, man. So keep up the
Absolutely.
great work. Tell your family we said hello, and thanks
I
for their
will.
support now that you've won them over.
Perfect.
And I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. Thanks so much, Dave. Have
All right.
yourself a great day.
See you, Bob. All right, my friends, go and follow Bob. I've got his TikTok up. His Instagram is a little bit different. So he's Bob Hosek on TikTok, BOBHOSEK. On Instagram, he's Hose K Bob. So he's Hosek Bob. Sorry. Hose K Bob. It's basically just his first name, then his last name, then his first name, HOSEK BOB. And then you can find him also on YouTube, just Bob Hosek. So go and give him some support, give him some follows, lean on him and lift him up as we do here. That's what this is all about. It's supporting people, it's lifting people up, it's really cheering people on, being each other's biggest fans. And we'll be back on Monday for another episode. We've got, in a couple of weeks coming up, we're going to be doing a whole week on our mastermind. So we're going to be kind of talking about upcoming masterminds. We're going to have guests on who are going to be speaking at the upcoming live mastermind that we're going to be doing in Orlando, Florida, like Brian Brewer, Austin Becker, Sarah Ravel, Stacy Law. These are just a couple of the people who are going to be in attendance and be sort of presenting. So keep an eye out for that. If you are a mastermind member, go ahead and register. If you want to come to that event in Orlando on December 3rd through the 5th, And if you need more information, you can always reach out to support@legendarymarketer.com. I want to thank Bob. Between you and I, guy's a badass. All right. Guy's an absolute legend. All right. So, my friends, there's a lot of legends out there in the comments that I haven't met yet. So, thanks for listening, and look forward to speaking with each one of you guys in the near future, and gals. And have yourselves a kick ass weekend. Get out of here. We'll see you on Monday.